Hey, so I know I haven't done a video in God knows how long, but we're here now. So what have I been doing? Streaming. Yeah, still streaming for 11 months now. As I'm recording this video, I'm still streaming. Catch me on Twitch. Anyways, so I went to see the Sonic Symphony. No, not that Sonic Symphony, this Sonic Symphony. The problem was I live close to Texas and the symphony was going to play in California. Normally, this is easy for your average person. You just buy a plane ticket and bam, you're there. But yeah, money isn't a thing that I have. And both me and my wife Fuyu are going, so driving was the better option. We set off a day before the concert in the early morning and we drove about 12 hours before making it to a Motel 6. Again, not much money to work with. Also, I forgot to save the footage for this hotel, but it was okay. It was a stain on the blankets of the bed and it smelled like something smoked weed and then perished, and then its ghost continued blazing it to this very day. I went back to the front desk to ask for another room, but they were not able to change us because the rooms got full. They did, though, give us a change of sheets to brand new ones and give us what essentially was industrial Febreze. That at the very least made it bearable, so we decided to stay in that room, but it was kind of a big mistake as the smell just got as bad the next day and it became way too late to change the rooms when we came back after the concert. But other than that, the staff was like really nice and they tried to help us, no questions asked. But anyways, the day of the concert, we made our way to the venue. We decided to go early because 1, California has traffic, and 2, California traffic. And well, we didn't want to risk being late to the show because while I like Sonic and its music, for my dear wife Fuyu, Sonic and its music is uber important to her. One could say life-changing. So we both decided it was probably a good idea to head over early, but we kind of overdid it as we were like 4 hours early until the start of the show. Just as we were trying to figure out what to do, a sign from above met our gaze. Literally above, it was a floor above the garage when we were walking out. And we saw this. And we were like, yeah, that works. So again, I like Pokemon, but Fuyu really likes Pokemon. So we said, hey, it's free, let's check it out. We get there, we get in line, and no camera filming. And I asked, Pokemon, because Pokemon. That's the reason they gave me, and I fully understood it. Literally, the Pokemon liaison lady said, because Pokemon said, no, sorry. I can't give you a better explanation. I said, no, you gave me the perfect explanation. So with that, here's the only thing we were able to get away with, photos. These art pieces were spectacular, and some downright breathtaking, like the hyper-realistic Squirtle, Magikarp, Venusaur, Arbok, and Kingler, as well as the evolutions all made out of an elemental design, and Eevee having all of these shapes because it has potential for all the different routes in its evolution. There were these models made out of wood that were tiny and super detailed, lots of pottery, these cool 3D shaped plates, even tea sets, the coolest one looking like an egg was hatching. There was this Mega Ampharos on what I think is like a banner, a Transformer Rookidee that transforms into a Corviknight. They had a mini forest of like knitted Pikachu, including one shiny one somewhere in there, but finding it would be very difficult because, well, you know. They had a plate with Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre, and this last vase that truly blew us away. At first glance, we thought it was a little out of place because it was in a Pokemon section, but there wasn't anything that seemed Pokemon about it, until we went in for a closer look and really saw what it was about. And if you told me that it had all the Pokemon on it, I would not be surprised because they were small, but the sheer amount of them and the detail they had was crazy. I didn't really have a lot of time to look, but from what I did see, I didn't see a single repeat of a Pokemon on it. All these works were just amazing and definitely worth a visit if you're in the area. As we were leaving, there was a man sitting close to the entrance of the gallery. He was showing how tatami mats were made. I also wasn't able to film due to, well, being in a place where I can't film, but he was super nice, and I was able to have my first short conversation in Japanese with him. He gave me his business card, and he subscribed to my YouTube. So, Kuboki-san, if you're watching this, hello. Hope your trip in the States continues to go well. And if anyone who is watching is looking for some tatami mats, check out Kuboki Tatami. Not sponsored or anything, just wanted to shout out solely because of the short, pleasant time I spent with Kuboki-san. After we finished our time in the gallery, we headed out to the Walk of Fame. We did a quick lap, but well, here's where things get a little dicey. See, Fuyu wasn't feeling well. She hadn't been feeling well. We were even about to cancel the whole trip because she wasn't feeling good. But the day of, she said she was feeling better and decided we could do the trip. At this point, we had been walking for roughly 2 hours and we had 2 more hours to go. And Fuyu was losing steam quick, so in hopes of helping her get a boost of energy and helping her get a little better, we went to eat. We went to Johnny Rockets and oh boy, was it mid, especially for the price. Fuyu got a burger and I got a Philly cheese, but the portions were small and I didn't really get full. At some point, it felt like I chewed on sand, but I'm not gonna knock on it though, because it was full the entire time. It was revolving door full. So of course the food might suffer because of just how busy those cooks would have been. We then took another lap around the Walk of Fame. I showed chat the Hollywood sign, but I saw Fuyu was really not having a good time, so we started heading back to the venue. Luckily, people were starting to line up to get in, so we got in line as well. While standing in line, Mr. Callan Quinn showed up and started taking pictures with people. It was really cool. We wanted to take a picture too, but Fuyu at this point needed to sit down because she was so dizzy. After a bit, they finally started letting us in. Now here's the next point of contention for me. See, this all happened during my ongoing streamathon, so I was fully expecting them to stop me and tell me to turn off my stream or no filming right as I was passing the metal detector. And I had my stream backpack on, so I had backup batteries, clips, USBs, even a tripod in my backpack. And an usher had to check it before they let me in. He looked in it and said, "Wow, you carry all this?" And I was like, Yep, and he just let me in, so in we go. We immediately lined up to the merch, and while what was available was cool and cute, there wasn't much. 2 shirts, two different shirts, a hat, a poster, and a hoodie, and that was about it. After merch, we made our way to our seats. Fuyu had to use the bathroom, so as I waited in the second story lobby, I was approached by another usher. This is it, I thought. I'm going to be told to turn my shit off and put it all away. As I was prepping myself to be told to shut down, he walked up to me and asked me this.
The Sonic and the Flash had a race. Who would win?
I was super relieved. Actually, as I passed 2 other ushers, I was surprised that no one said anything about my equipment. They let me just walk in. That being said, I was fully willing to shut down and put everything away as soon as someone said anything to me about it. But it never came. I sat down, the show started, and no one said a thing. As the show started, though, everyone was super hyped. They had a projector showing the Sonic games and the levels that the song belonged to, as well as some visual gags that accompanied the music. They played fan favorites like Green Hill Zone, Spring Yard Zone, Chemical Plant, and even had the Chow Garden theme. The conductor was super affable and super hyped up the crowd. After a few hours, there was an intermission and I didn't know what was going on, so I thought the show was over, but Fuyu was like, no, we're still good, there's another part for this show. After the intermission is where things got really crazy though, because a band showed up and they hit the stage hard. What band was this? I don't know, maybe you might have heard of it. It was Crush 40. After the intermission is where things got crazy as an actual band hit the stage alongside Symphony to play the newer and heavier Sonic songs. The band? Oh, just a little band called Crush 40. Since we were in California, our ears had the great pleasure of getting both Jun Senoue and Johnny Gioli, as well as Tomoyo Otani in the flesh, and it was just amazing. And well, it was supposed to be a bit of a surprise, and it was rumored that, I don't know, like Kellen Quinn or something was supposed to be there. Look, I don't know who saw him, I don't know who released the rumor, I don't know how it got out that he was there, but yeah, he was there. But yeah, he suddenly walked out on stage to sing some songs as well. The hype was unreal. At some parts it seemed like the audience was overpowering the singers by singing the songs just as loud or louder than them. And at parts the singers used the crowd to complete the song, and it was just straight magical. So after the concert, I had to grab some merch for Fuyu's brother, but problems arose once again. See, we were on the 3rd floor and we had to make it back down to the ground floor. By the time we made it back down, the line for merch had gotten so long that it had wrapped back into the concert hall. We lined up, but very quickly Fuyu just started getting really bad. We made a plan though. Fuyu would go to the bathroom and sit down and periodically update me on her status. If she got any worse, I would leave the line and we would go to the doctor. While I was in line though, I met a few guys that were amazed that I was streaming. Hi to those guys if they're watching. So after grabbing a hoodie for Fuyu's brother and a shirt for the charity auction that I'm planning on doing towards the end of my goal of 1,000 followers on Twitch, so if you want to possibly get this and help a charity, give me a follow. Once we got back to the hotel, the smell was back, like full force. We sprayed another big spray and we went to bed. The next day we got up and grabbed some yoshinoya to eat and take, as we were asked to bring some home with us for family. Fuyu still wasn't feeling really good, so she slept for most of the trip back. We got her to a doctor once we got back. She just had a bit of anemia and she's feeling better now. Overall, it was a super fun trip. This was more of a trip for Fuyu, and I could tell she really enjoyed herself, even if she wasn't feeling the best. She tells me that it was worth it and regrets not spending extra for the meet and greet. For me, I had fun. I just wish they had more merch at the show, and I wish I had more time and money to explore California. But overall, I had an amazing time, feeling musically recharged to work on Ghoul, the band that I am a part of. I'm feeling recharged to keep streaming and making videos, however long that may take me. So to everyone who watched to the very end, thanks so much. And I'll see you guys in the next thing that I make, whether it be a video, in stream, or whatever. But yeah, see ya. Also catch me on twitch.tv/BaumanStreams. Okay, bye.